Okay, so we will have two parts of the workshop, if that's okay. The first part will be led by Emanuel and Marco. Emanuel will tell you what it's going to be practically about. Don't be scared. We have all the instructions that you will need. And in the second part, our colleague Danijel will also come to show you something about the chatbots, and we prepared something hopefully nice and interesting in case you like Dungeons and Dragons, right? Have you played Dungeons and Dragons at some point in your... Okay, good. Geeky people here, good. Okay, Emanuel, the floor is yours.
Hi all. Okay, it's me back again. I mean, actually, I'm just going to be short here. Monica did a great introduction. So I'm going to ask Marco to come to the stage. So we talk a bit. So one of the things that Infobip does is like conversational agents, normal chatbots from like chatbots with a lot of like different AI features. So the first part is just like to show you overall like what's possible to do, like also like on a rudimentary level in our Infobip platform. This is like what a bunch of different clients from big enterprises and smaller ones are using, and then we're gonna switch to a bit more like advanced stuff, like some problems that we are having, like with or like from clients, like how are we attacking this like Retrieval-Augmented Text Generation or like use cases that we have, and then I think this is like really cool things because like on our platform usually we also have like some advanced things that people come to us. Okay, how are you gonna like implement this? So that's like this use cases. Basically, if you would now want to implement Dungeons and Dragons over a WhatsApp chatbot, so you're gonna learn today, or maybe you're just gonna learn how to play it. So that's it. So Marco, the floor is yours. Oh, you don't have a clicker. Do you have a clicker, or do you?
I can do it with the arrows. Hi all, I'm Mark Lacić. I'm engineering manager at our Answers project. Basically, we are building a chatbot building platform. And today in this part of presentation, I am going to give you introduction to our chatbot building platform. But before that, today on Friday, after a couple of days here at Infobip that you did a tremendous work in collaboration way, I first want to congratulate you on everything that you have been achieving here. And I'm hoping that today on this presentation, you are going to obtain some additional knowledge about our chatbot platforms, and I'm also hoping that you are going to help us to learn something more. So before I even start with the presentation, I want to give you just a short note. If you want to have some kind of additional knowledge about the chatbots or everything that we are going to talk today, feel free at any time to contact us here, or you could always reach us by mails and we would do some kind of demo sessions here. So what are we going to talk about for today? I'm going to start by the end, so I'm going to share you all the motivation and context how this chatbot building platform was built upon. Then I'm going to go over just what is the Infobip Answers and what are their key capabilities. I'm going to demonstrate you how you could build a bot using our platform. And after that, I'm going to showcase you a couple of use cases for my clients, just that you get the context, what could be achieved with our bot building platform. To have it more exciting for us, Emanuel and I also planned the live session, so a live demo. So the idea is that with everything that I'm going to talk with you about today, that we demonstrate that you could build a simple chatbot in like really short amount of time, and that you can do it without any kind of code. So to start on, what motivated us to even start this kind of journey, we did a couple of market researches here, and there was clearly a need from the business side of the story that they would like to have a chatbots in their ecosystem just to help them automate their internal processes. And also it was detected that millennials also like to talk with the chatbot and that they are reporting some kind of positive experience here. So definitely there was a need on the market, and there were already existing some kind of chatbot building platforms. But Infobip here wanted to address already existing gaps in the market. So it was detected that already existing platforms are either too rigid, so they offer you to build some kind of rule-based bot, or they are just a black box towards some kind of AI. So you do not have any kind of freedom to combine best from the both worlds. Also, it was detected that some of these platforms are really hard to evolve without engineering power on your side, and they tend to be channel fragmented, meaning that they either offer you a chatbot for the WhatsApp or they offer you a chatbot for your web application, but they cannot offer you a bunch of channels in order to build your chatbots for them. So we have detected that since we are a communication platform, why would not we offer you like a really great chatbot building platform on which you can build your bots for any channels that we have already in our portfolio. Also, we wanted to achieve that all of our chatbots could be built by minimum usage of any kind of code knowledge. So it's like really low code platform so that you could build your bots even without having any kind of engineering powerhouse. And also, we wanted to offer any of our customers really great support on the analytics and insights part of the story. So once you push your chatbot into production, that you know how basically it is performing. In the talks with our customers, one of the targets that we want to achieve is basically to enhance customer and employee experience, meaning that if you are having your chatbot, you could have always-on customer service support, so that if anyone contacts your business, chatbot is going to be replying at any day, any time of the day or night. Also, this could bring our customers reduce in service cost because it's easier to, it's much more cheaper to maintain one chatbot than to maintain this whole platform for, I don't know, your complex customer service. And also, we wanted to introduce our customers to a new way how they could obtain lead generation and how could they increase their sales. So market research plus some KPIs with our client led us to the idea how to basically have some kind of overview on what this Answers chat building platform would be. So in short, we decided that we want to have really low code ability to build the complex chatbots, and with the ability that you could apply your chatbots on any channel that Infobip as a communication platform is already offering. With that said, we have found that this is going to be all that we need to satisfy any of our customer needs. So, to go maybe a little bit further, so what are these Infobip Answers and what is this chatbot building platform? I'm going to go shortly here on this kind of Answers architectural side. So, Answers basically, platform is standing in the middle of all of the channels that we have in our Infobip portfolio and in between our customers, and is basically offering some advanced functionalities that you can use. So first of all, it is consistent of this kind of chatbot workspace, where just by using a lot of already existing elements that we are offering with some kind of drag and dropping, you could build your automated processes without using any kind of codes. What are we also offering to you is ability either to have a rule-based bot or to use Gen AI in order to have, let's say, a more intelligent bot on the market. And we are offering you a lots of integration out of the box. So if you want to communicate with the outside world by APIs, we have it. If you want to integrate on any of our products in our portfolio, we have those integration implemented out of the box. If, for example, you want to use some kind of advanced algorithms that we are not offering to you, and you have some kind of minimal knowledge of a code, we are offering this coding element out of the box on our platform as well. And once you are happy with everything that you have built on our platform, we are also supporting you with the analytics and reporting in a way that you could always know how your chatbot is performing in the production in the interaction with your customers. What are we also doing? We are playing a lot with the Gen AI, and we are developing a lot of tooling. So at any point of time when we have something, we are also going to offer our customers just a way to interact and to try to help us also test this kind of Gen AI tools. At first, all of the toolings that we are offering, especially based on Gen AI, could be in this kind of experimental phase. But once they are tested on the market, and if we agree that we have something here, if we push it directly to the production, all of our customers are going to have this tooling out of the box. So to sum it up, the core capabilities of this platform is that you can decide which type of the chatbots you want to have, either rule-based or AI. Out of the box, you have the support for omni-channel communication, so meaning every channels that we have in our portfolio are out of the box supported on this kind of platform. Any additional requirements for security and authentication is also supported on the platform. Integration with all of our products, we have it there, and it's like really easy configurable. Following your chatbots in the production via analytics and the report, we have it. And also what we have implemented out of the box is a way that you could always ask feedback of your customer how this chatbot is performing. So before I go into any kind of details, how can you build your chatbot, this is one of the image what is expecting you on our portfolio. So basically, in our platform, so basically you have this kind of simple canvas in which you are dragging a bunch of elements, and with this kind of elements you are solving your problem or the use case that you are having. So this canvas is basically differentiating two main chatbot building elements. One is the dialogues, and the other one is the elements. So the dialogues is a way how you could group piece of your logic of the complex use cases. For example, if your use case is kind of food delivery chatbot that you want to have supported, so maybe you are going to have a menu for your pizzas that you are offering in your food delivery company, and menu for the burgers, let's say, in your food delivery company. With the dialogues, you can model your chatbot in a way that the part which is responsible for handling all of the details about pizza is going to be grouped in the dialogue core, I don't know, pizza details. And everything regarding the burgers is going to be grouped in the another dialogue core, for example, burger details. The exact logic is going to be implemented by the combining a bunch of elements that we are already offering to you. So in this way, you have this kind of ability that you could break down your complex use cases into smaller chunks, and then with just drag and dropping element, implement the details of the logic in order to support those smaller chunks of your use cases. How are you going to achieve it? Basically, you're going to combine a bunch of features that we are offering out of the box. I'm just going to name a couple of them. It's basically keywords, attributes, intents, dialogues, elements, and elements that we are offering here. You could see that it is API call element, webhook element, message types, conditional logic, fallback, delays, codings, and a bunch of them. One thing that we are also offering you out of the box is that, for example, if in the future you are going to have a need to maintain multiple chatbots, and that those multiple chatbots are sharing a similar piece of your code, we are offering the components where you could extract those pieces of logic just at one place, and then into multiple chatbots you could implement this same logic with just one component. So that in the future, if you're going to need to update this piece of logic which is already shared across the bots, you do not need to go on each bots and apply the update. You could do it from just one place. So I have here listed a number of things that we are offering. It's not all of them, but in the rest of the presentation, I'm going to touch upon each of them and to explain you maybe in the details what you could achieve with each of them. After that, at the end of the presentation, Emanuel is going to showcase to you how you could use some of them to, in a couple of minutes, implement and put into production a really simple bot. How are we building bots in our platform? You basically have two ways. You could start from scratch, so meaning that once you define the name of your chatbot and you pick the channel on which this chatbot is going to be running, you are going to be presented with the blank canvas where then everything is on you. You need to drag and drop elements in order to solve your logic. But we also have ability that you could use already pre-existing templates. So if you are new to our platform and you do not know from where to start, you could build your chatbot from already predefined templates, and then you are going to see some sort of the logic that we are that it is already solved for you. So those templates could be built upon, and you could use them in your onboarding period just to get more familiar with what this platform could do. After you start to build your first chatbots, you are going to find out a bunch of these tabs, and one of them is going to be keywords. So these keywords is utilized mainly in the communication with the users of the chatbot. So let's stick to the use case that we have with our food delivery company, where you are offering to your customers pizzas and burgers. Maybe you want to send them at some point in time during your chatbot menu where they could choose what are they want to have for dinner today, either the pizza or burgers. If you define here keywords, you could immediately detect from the incoming messages that user answered to you the pizza, and that now the user wants to communicate with your chatbots only about the things which are related to the pizza. With this detection, you could implement then this kind of branching logic that now you know that all the communication which are going to go from this moment on is going to be related to your pizza branchings. Since your chatbot are probably going to start to be like a really simple one, and that at some point of time they are going to be more complex, probably you're going to have a need to transfer a piece of information that you acquire from your end customers, maybe somewhere further in the bot. To solve this, we are offering out-of-the-box implementation of these attributes. You could basically look upon this kind of attributes as variables. So at any point of time, if you manage to extract a piece of information from your end users and you want to use it somewhere else in the bot, you could store them in the attributes, and then you could use this information any further in the bots. In that way, you could easily propagate an information from one building block of your chatbot to the other. Also, if you want to give ability of your chatbot to be, let's say, smarter, we have built upon this set of features which are called the intents, and then by using the Gen AI or the good old NLP algorithms that we are offering, you could detect from the incoming messages what is the intent of your user, and with this you could route them directly in the chatbot where you want them to land. As said earlier, this was just some kind of configuration, let's say, on the higher level. So basically, with the intent, you could detect immediately from the incoming message what is intention of your user and where to redirect them in the bot. With the keywords, you could do this kind of detection of the keywords in the incoming messages. And with attributes, you could propagate a bunch of information forward in the bot. But where are you going to group any of those logic in your bot? You are going to group them in the dialogues. So here in the picture, you could see an example of like really simple dialogue. it is handling part of the logic related to the card settings of a bot. So here you could see that in this dialog, first element is sending of the text. So in this step, your chatbot is going to send text messages to your end customers with some menu related to those card settings. After this message is sent, then you are going to wait for the user input, and based on the user input, you are going to do this branching. In this branching, you are basically going to redirect your bot to the other dialogues, which is related directly to the picked items of the incoming messages. This kind of view on the chatbot is similar to what probably you are going to model in each of your dialogues. So your idea is to have an exact use cases, break them down in smaller chunks. Probably each of these chunks is going to then be related to some dialogues, and in each dialogues you are going to break down your logic and connect these dialogues into one unit. With what you are going to be connecting this logic that you are having, and how are you going to implement your use case, is basically by using a bunch of elements that we are offering you out of the code. This coding element, although I have said that this platform is intended to be like really low code, in the practice we have discovered that sometimes our clients have a need to implement a piece of logic which we are not offering in any of our elements. For example, anything related to the parsing. Because you could parse a bunch of, I don't know, different formats, and maybe you are going to have a need to parse with like really tight logic to your use cases that you are currently having. We have offered a way how you could achieve this without, let's say, a process of waiting for our engineers to develop you an element which is only want basically by one client. So we have created this kind of code element in which you could use basic JavaScript to do your, let's say, logic that is needed for your case. So what is basically this chatbot is doing? This element is basically catching the incoming message of the user, and it is saving location in the attributes. I have said earlier that this attributes is a variable in which you could store your data and use it later in the chatbot. So here we are waiting for the user interaction, and we are saving details about the location in this attribute. Then you have the ability in this code element to read any kind of data from the attributes, and here we are reading the data from the location attribute, and we are extracting the latitude and longitude and storing them into another attributes. And then in this send text messages, basically we are combining everything here. We are sending back to the user, so here is your location, and this is the extracted latitude and longitude. Of course, this is like just a naive example, but this demonstrates to you how you can use this kind of attribute to store something in them, transfer it them further in the bot, but also what you could do with this coding element. Probably during your journey with the chatbots, you're also going to have a need to call outside world with some kind of APIs. In order to do so, you just need to configure this call API element. So basically, you need to put URL. You need to decide which method is going to be called upon this API with which params. And you need to use a very simple language here that we have in order to even parse a response. So with this kind of API elements, if you need to ping the outside world for any sort of the information, just configure this element, and in this point of time when chatbot reaches to this element, this API call is going to be called through. From time to time, there is going to be a need for chatbot to go at some point in the logic and wait for the outside world to call him. So we even support this. So this element is called webhooks, and this webhook element is like really simple. If the chatbot comes to this element, it is going to wait until he receives something on the already predefined webhook elements. In the practice, where it is all used, the API elements and the webhook elements, a lot of customers is using them in their authentication part of the chatbot, which I'm going to touch upon briefly in the next couple of slides. For any kind of additional conditioning logic that you are going to have, we are offering here a condition logic. With this condition element, you could easily combine that based upon some state stored in the attributes. You could either execute this branch of the condition element, or this third, or this one. So basically, by implementing some logical operation on your attributes and based on their state, you could easily navigate what your chatbot should do next. In order for your chatbot to be able to communicate to the end user which have pinged him, we are offering on each channel a bunch of specific channel elements. So, for example, if you want to have a chatbot on your WhatsApp, you do not need to be concerned about what is the format of the image message on the WhatsApp, how are you going to send a text message, what about audio messages, what about some attachments. All of these types of messages are already supported in your bot. You are going to just drag and drop them, upload here a piece of audio that you are going to have, and when the chatbot reaches this element, it is going to automatically send audio messages over the WhatsApp to whomever have contacted this chatbot. And as said previously, if you have a need that some places in your chatbot could be reached out by customers who are only authenticated, we have the concept of these authentication dialogues. Those dialogues are basically a piece of logic which is going to be run in this canvas, and it is going to perform authentication for you. What does this mean? So, for example, if you are a bank which have a need that I can give you details about your account, but only if you say to me that basically you are these users who wants the given details. You could create a dialogue, and probably you are going to combine the elements that I have, so basically these API call elements and these webhook elements where you are going to perform a request to authenticate a certain user, and then you are going to wait for this authentication service to bring back some pieces of information for you so that you are sure that this user is authenticated. You could put all of this logic inside this kind of special dialogues, and when you run on any kind of dialogues that have this kind of, let's say, locking mechanism, it means that this is authentication dialogue and that you need to perform authentication before you execute the part of this logic. With the combination of those small features that we are having here, we are basically allowing our users to implement the custom authentications in their chatbots. Since this chatbot building journey is going to take a lot of time, probably your chatbot is going to evolve from very, very simple chatbot to very, very complex bot. We offer you to be able to simulate any changes that you have before you even push it to the production. So with using of this built-in simulator, you could develop a piece of logic into your chatbot, and then you could verify it in the simulator that this chatbot is performing exactly that you want it before you are pushing it to the production. Now, when you are like really satisfied, okay, it seems that in the simulator this chatbot is like behaving really well, we are offering you, let's say, intermediate step where you could perform the, let's say, this step of live simulation, where if you are building a chatbot on the WhatsApp, now you are going to go out of this, let's say, our closed ecosystem with this inbuilt simulator, and you are going to be able to perform the same simulation but with the real numbers. So how does this looks in the practice? After our clients build a bot, they use our inbuilt simulator just to test out their logic, and then the next step is to, I don't know, choose a couple of numbers in their company in which they want to build a chatbot just to see that it is behaving exactly as they want, let's say, on the WhatsApp before pushing it to the production. So this live simulation is allowing you that you list here a couple of numbers on which you want your chatbot to communicate with, so that you could test out pieces of logic before going to the production. After you are happy with this kind of live simulation, you are going to put your chatbot in the production. It is probably going to mean that now the chatbot is going to be listening actively on your WhatsApp sender, and chatbot is going to be communicating directly to your end customers. To follow how chatbot is running in production, we have provided here a list of analytics where you could monitor the performance of your chatbot. So yeah, this was like a short overview on how this platform looks, and maybe to bring you closer some use cases which our clients have used, and some case studies which have covered how the chatbots have helped our customers. I'm just going to go over a couple of them. So one of the things that we like, one of the major use cases that we are having is in this kind of financial sector, where the bank wants to offer their clients ability to get the details about their account or anything, or their card or anything related to their offers in the bank. And in this kind of financial sector, this is example where basically banks are using this kind of authentication dialogue which we are having. So you could reach out to the chatbot which is listening on the WhatsApp. It is the chatbot which the bank have built, but before you get any kind of personal information or anything, you need to go over this authentication process in order for this chatbot to return to you information which is related to your, let's say, bank statement. Bunch of use cases we are having for this kind of on-demand use cases. As I have said earlier, this is maybe example of ordering food for our clients. This is the, let's say, example of really simple chatbots. In this pizza chatbot, you have this kind of ability to order pizza, and basically chatbot is interacting with the customer by offering them something from the menu. And as you can see, this is the plain old rule chatbot, where this burger chatbot is, let's say, a little bit smarter. He can detect the intents, and he can use some GenAI power tools that we are having in order to talk with the end customer in more conversational way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it basically depends on how you have configured your chatbot. You could put it in a way where it is like, let's say, stupid chatbot, where it is expecting just one. So if you type anything else, then you need to cover this kind of branching where the user have typed something that it is not expected by the logic of a chatbot. Yeah. But if you are, for example, going to use some of our GenAI elements that we have and this kind of intense element that we are having, then you could achieve that basically user could type one, or it could type something which is related in those kind of many, and then chatbot is going to know that he needs to go in the right dialogue. Also, one of the use cases that we are having is basically any kind of use cases which is directly related to the travel. So anything from chatbots which provide you information about your trip is one of the really great amount of the chatbot that we are having running in the production. Retail, also one of the verticals which is building a lot of, let's say, a chatbot, either this rule-based or advanced one. And in the automotive case, we have a lot of chatbots which is basically providing you any kind of support for your issues with your car or any kind of parts or so on. Maybe the one like really interesting use case that we have and that was able to be implemented by our platform was by the Uber. where Uber have this kind of use case where they want to offer their customers everything that you have on the Uber application, but over the WhatsApp. So in some cases, they have detected that they have a bunch of customers where they land on some kind of airport, they do not have the application, but they still want to offer them details about the ride and basically to support all the functionality in the application, but over the WhatsApp, that it is the conversational experiment, and they managed to implement this use case over the WhatsApp. Some case studies that we have was with multiple of our customers where UNICEF has detected the increase in donor retention, Bolt have boost conversion rate, there was improvement in lead quality, and T-Mobile detected a higher open rate when they were using chatbots. So I would say that targets that we have put in front of us in the beginning of this presentation to really help us, our customers, to reduce the cost, to be maybe always available to their end users, and to basically thrive in what they are doing the best. I believe that we managed to do this together. So before I close this kind of presentation, and I have bothered you with a lot of information here, go drag this element, put it here, we have this kind of dialogues, here are some kind of sender you need to create the bot in this way. Emanuel is going to showcase to you how this could be done, let's say, easily in a couple of minutes. Yeah, okay. Go, Emanuel, go. So Emanuel is creating a chatbot in this kind of way where he wants to start from the scratch, so he is not going to use any kind of templates. He have put here a name of chatbot channel in which he wants to create this chatbot and sender. Yeah. So Emanuel is creating a WhatsApp chatbot here. This is our blank canvas, and on this right side you could see a bunch of elements that we are having. Emanuel is configuring here this custom GenAI prompt element that we are having. So Emanuel is going to type here a prompt instruction for the LLM model here, and he is going to try to force this chatbot to greet nicely end user, but based on the last received message that this user have sent to the chatbot. As I have shown to you, Emanuel is now going to create this attribute because he is going to need to have this variable which is able to store some values. And Emanuel here is basically saving anything that is sent by the LLM to him back into this attribute value. He is also creating here a fallback dialog where if anything goes wrong, this fallback dialog is going to be activated, and this message, too bad, doesn't work, is going to be sent to our end user. And after LLM greets our customer, Emanuel is going to send back whatever the LLM have sent to us. Now Emanuel is starting this simulation before pushing it to production, and based on the last received message, the GenAI generated this greeting message where it takes into account the name of the end user. Now Emanuel is just activating a chatbot, and with this step, this chatbot is running on the WhatsApp sender, and now you can use this. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for the participation. If you are going to have any kind of additional questions, we are here for you.
Thank you, Marko. Okay, so now you know how to build chatbots. So this is I would say, the rudimentary backbone of whatever then we are doing and solving a lot of these different use cases that Marko has shown. And now Danijel will show you a bit. Yeah, please. Yes. Feel free to ask.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the presentation. I was wondering the whole LLM configuration. Does the builder application support that, or is that completely Can you decide which LLM to use, or then it's the
You can choose different models. So we support like over Microsoft partnerships and AWS, or even like we have some like on-premise if needed. So depending on your use case, I think we can provide whatever you want or need. Some of them are for our customers visible. For some, we just like use it. This is the default version.
Thank you.
I have a more like maybe technical question, like the numbers which you are generating for the WhatsApp, like are they like Twilio or like
what
like,
numbers?
like so when I scan the thing on WhatsApp, it has a number, right? So it has a British number.
Oh yeah. So those basically.
Is it like Twilio or something like that?
Twilio
like,
is our customer.
Ah, okay, okay.
Also, besides being our competition, but so actually we also provide support on like provisioning numbers.
right.
So you get help also with that.
Oh, okay, perfect.